402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
When you or someone you know has been seriously injured and you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will fight for the justice you deserve in court to get the very best possible outcome. Trust the compassionate and hardworking attorneys at Liberty Law Group when you need an attorney in Nebraska or Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
It is 2 o'clock in the capital city. Lincoln, America. Yeah, don't panic. DP live on a Saturday afternoon. Don't freak out. Nothing's burning. Nothing's on fire. It's just sports talk on a Saturday, and I'm rather excited. The next 2 hours would be two very special conversations, and there's lots to talk about. 402-464-5685. Sorry to him and text on. You want to be a part of what we're doing, I invite you in. Hit me with a what's up, and I'll include you in the conversation if you have questions, comments, or other. We're on the streams, so if you found us, wonderful. Those will now seek us out on all the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961 as well. Nick Wyman manning the board, but next to me, let's introduce our special guest today. And I am fascinated by it all. The coach in me tries to identify the person before the athlete. And it helps me identify the thing to be most curious about when it comes to athletes. And it's always the story behind the story. It's never the headline. The headline would be is that he may be Lincoln's top mixed martial artist. I'm going to ask him what the headline should be. I call him champ. I call him a professional. I can call him a lot of things. But I can't wait to find out what he calls himself. So Easton Edmond joins us here on 101. Kind sir, champ, what's happening?
How's it going? Yeah, appreciate you having me here.
No, there's so much good to this that most of the folks that follow the ticket and follow me know that the mixed martial arts side of it is big. I spend way too many, probably, if you ask my wife, I probably spend too many weekends on the road following the UFC. And some of the people that work here, but I think it changes the way I look at all sports, because the commitment, the character, the integrity that's required for you to do that thing at all and then do it at a higher level and then aspire. You're now chasing a different version of yourself. And I think as we have this discussion today, I often apologize to listeners the first time I talk to somebody, because there's zero chance I can get to everything I want to talk to you about, which is the beauty of having a show that we can do several times over the course of this thing. But tell the folks how you identify yourself. What are the things when somebody says, who is Easton Edmond? What do you say to them?
Yeah, I would just start there. Just really a normal guy. So getting into MMA, I would say everyone who kind of grew up around me, I feel like I was always kind of the athlete in our friend group and our family group. My brother and I, so really just starting there. Sports has always been something that I've loved and enjoyed doing it. It was a place where I always feel like myself the most, so really I'd say that, just being the athlete, being the guy that loved to play sports, had a good time doing it, always worked hard and tried to do it the right way. But just a funny, friendly, really calm guy too. So
here's the thing. Often in it, you miss home. And the home is where every standard is set, right? And you mimic and copy the people around you who care most about you and the most you care about. Who are those people for you? You talked about your brother. You talk about mom and dad. Describe those folks, the Edmond family.
My family in whole is just, I could go on for hours. I will start with my mom and dad. I'm biased, but I do have the best parents in the world. I always say my mom's favorite thing on this planet is being a mom. So I'm about to be 31 years old next month, and she still treats me like I'm 8, which in her mind is the best thing in the world. And there's days where it's like, Mom, I'm a grown man. And there's days where I realize I would not be who I am and could not function without my mom in my life. So yeah, just the best parents ever. My dad, he was always my coach growing up. So I was kind of the coach's kid growing up as well. My dad is a lot like me. My mom kind of jokes I'm a chip off the old block. I'm very much like my dad, just when it comes to my personality. And he was always kind of, again, really drilling in just being a good person and being a person that worked hard. So my dad has been someone I've looked up to a lot. And my brother is, I can't even find the words to describe him. My brother is just the coolest guy on the planet. And being his little brother was just an honor at times. So I would say that's really where I learned just a lot of who I am as a person. And a lot of my competitive spirit was my older brother beat me in everything growing up. I would say that every time he put a mic in front of my face, he was just my fiercest competitor. He never took it easy on me. And I learned a lot from him. Again, just not being able to handle losses, being able to how to handle the mental side of things on sports, and then just learning how to, again, really apply yourself and really work hard. So yeah, my brother, still a big person that I really look up to till this day.
When you talk about the big brother, and I think that's often in sports, we can identify that the younger brother or the younger sibling takes so many lessons from the older. My older brother was an Olympic sprinter, right? So there's several standards that are set. You mimic what you see, and then you start to dream past them. And that's really their legacy to you. Your older brother, his whole mission to beat you down was to make you better than him.
It was exactly that. And that's exactly how it went. I would say for us is even my little nephew now, they always said it's the youngest one you got to look out for. Cause yeah, he definitely set the standard and I could learn from him and make it my own way. And in my opinion, now make it better. So
were your parents athletes?
They were, yeah. My dad played football at Peru State, and my mom says we actually get all of our athleticism from her. So she was at Fort Calhoun, played volleyball and basketball.
Scientifically, it's all true. You get your athleticism from your mom.
she would say that all the time. And in the back of my mind, I was just kind of like, I don't really believe that. I read an article about that a month ago, and I was like, she had a point.
Makes all the sense in the world, and it is the code. You're a native of Lincoln. When someone outside the market identifies that you're from Lincoln, Nebraska, how do you explain Lincoln, Nebraska to somebody else?
The best I can. I would say I'll start with Nebraska nice is a real thing. The people here are awesome.
Yeah.
I try to explain to them it's a city. Being from Lincoln, it's a city. For me, even just traveling for sports and even for work, the thing I think hits home for most people is Husker football. No matter where I go, when I say I'm from Lincoln, Huskers get brought up at some point. So that's another big thing. And I'm a proud Husker fan as well. So I think that carries a lot of weight.
Do you identify? We had this conversation on my show earlier this week. Do you identify as a Lope or a Husker?
I have to say Lope. I will proudly throw my Lopes up. But when I was at Carter, I tell everyone I am from Lincoln, so I'm going to cheer and support the Huskers. Still, there is some controversy between the football teams, and I stay out of that. But Lincoln, some of my best friends too played football for the Huskers, so I am a Husker. I will claim Lincoln and Nebraska, but I'm a proud Loper as well.
So if they ever scheduled one another, who do you root for?
Go Big Red, baby. Go Big Red.
It is funny.
I love my guys, but
oh man, it is a thing. My friends always ask me that question whenever Nebraska plays Virginia or Maryland or something. They'll ask me, who would you root for? And I say, listen. I love you, Nebraska, but I just met you.
Exactly.
Home is home. This is where I live, and it's my current home, but that's also home, and there's some deep roots to it.
Exactly. Born and raised. I love Lincoln.
So talk to me about high school youth, because I think young athletics ends up being the thing that one, it sets scars for you to heal, and then you figure out who I am and who I'm not. Without even knowing, I would imagine that you were several multi-sport athlete before you became a fighter. What was the story?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, I was pretty fortunate enough. I didn't get a lot of scars in high school. So, again, a lot of my time spent was just being around my older brother, practicing with his team. So I was always practicing with guys that are older than me. So by the time I got to high school, I felt like I was really established with who I was mentally and who I wanted to be as an athlete. I kind of knew the goals that I had for myself. So once I got to high school, my brother was actually a senior when I was a freshman too. So I was on the JV basketball team, and they were coming off a state appearance actually the year before when I got there. So practicing with him and those guys, and like I was everybody's little brother too on that team. So those are memories that we'll cherish forever. But yeah, by the time I got there, it was just all business for me, to be honest. Like I remember going at my brother every single day. Like I wanted to go at him every single day. So,
which sports?
Basketball. So we played basketball together. Basically, he was on varsity. I was a freshman on the junior varsity team. And then I ended up playing football as well. So I got to football. It's kind of funny looking back at it now. My mom didn't let me play football. It's too hard for her to watch me get tackled. So I didn't start playing tackle football until my freshman year in high school.
Man, is that a thing? I would have paid money to record the moment your mom found out you were fighting instead of, if football was too much. Oh, y'all must have had a talk.
Me too. Yeah. She sent my dad. So my dad and I had the talk. It's funny.
Wait till your dad gets home.
I'll never forget.
Wait till your dad gets
exactly.
home.
I have neighbors, so it wasn't like necessarily a secret, but it was a hard conversation to have with my parents. There was people around us that kind of knew, and I remember our good family friend Garrett Engel. He texted me and he said, "I'm going to tell your mom." And I was like, "Are you sure you want to be the person to tell her?"
You ready to defend yourself?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
how did that go? When did she acknowledge to you that she knew and then gave you her thoughts on it?
Yeah. So I was probably training for about 2 or 3 months by the time that they kind of knew. And of course, it was just one of those things. I had been training and had a very good bill of health. Like I didn't have any injuries really come up. And we were going on a family vacation, and I was sparring that Friday, and we left for family vacation on Saturday. And it's the one cut I got a cut on my eye.
Swelling.
So I had to put a Band-Aid over it to try to hide it before the trip. And next thing you know, I had to scratch. So they kind of knew from there. I had to tell them at that point. And like I said, all in all, my parents are the most supportive people. So there's a lot of feelings I don't think we'll ever get. Like I said, I would love to pay for the film too, but I think they had a lot of conversations behind closed doors, and they tried to come to me with their best face forward. But
Whose child were you when they found out?
I was my dad's. I might not even been my dad's. My dad was like, "Why are you doing it? Why am I in the middle?"
Go talk to your son.
Exactly. But so the funny thing is my brother knew. My brother was the first person I told to. So actually, how it kind of got started was I'll never forget. Ollie Tall is a good friend of ours, and he actually just boxed last night. But we went to a boxing match, and we sat ringside, just my brother and I, and that was like one of the first moments I was like, I need to do this. Like, I need to feel this. So my brother knew. I think my brother thought I was boxing originally, and he was really excited. He's like, I'll text Ollie right now. I'll get you in the gym. A couple weeks went by. I told him, I was like, all right. I started training, and I told him it was MMA, and I think his jaw hit the floor. Like, he was kind of shocked. Like, I thought you were going to box. So
what was the transitional difference? Why did you choose the full arts over just boxing?
I was just always so drawn to it. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, honestly, getting me into combat, like Rockies were my favorite movies growing up. So like, I loved Rocky. I loved Apollo Creed. But there was just something. I remember Dustin Poirier is actually one of my favorite fighters, and I remember hearing him talk. And the first time I watched like the UFC, I didn't even really know what I was watching. I was just so drawn to it, and I knew watching those guys, like whatever they had, I knew I had that in me, and it was just something I had to try. So I love boxing. I think it's a great sport, but I don't know, MMA it really spoke to me and it really called me. So
describe yourself as a mixed martial artist. When they do the introduction, what do they identify as your greatest skill, and then what is your greatest skill? Because rarely are they the same.
Yeah, I would say I think the commentators, they're actually good friends of mine. I think they think my greatest skill is just being calm in the heat of the fire. So before fights, I'm usually smiling, and I am really relaxed, and I feel really good. I'm excited to go. Some people, they kind of put MMA in boxes of like, are you a boxer or are you a wrestler? And my answer is generally, right now I'm an athlete.
I'm a fighter.
I'm an athlete. That's what I'm coming out to do. So, but I think my best skills are my speed and my quickness. Are I think what
more athlete than fighter.
Yeah,
right.
My footwork and I would say more athlete and developing the fighting. And I've only been training for 2 years, so really it's shocking how far I've come in these 2 years. But yeah, definitely let my athleticism carry me.
So 30-ish.
Yep, be 31 next month.
Okay, fair. That tends to be the thing that a lot of people find mixed martial arts later in life, after another thing. For wrestlers, it's a full journey through college and often international before they decide this is what I'm going to do for a living. Doing it for a living, what does that look like for you 2 years from now? So where you are now, you still have a full-time job and you have to train and. What does it look like 2 years from now? What's the path?
Yeah, hopefully the path is definitely being in one of those bigger promotions, and it's something that I could let be my full-time job. So I've been telling everyone, and I love Huddle. It's been a great experience for me, but I have been working 2 full-time jobs, it feels like, for the last 2 years. So definitely want to put in as much work as I can in both fields and hopefully get to a spot where I'm at one of the bigger promotions, financial, I'm being taken care of, and I can really go all in on MMA, where I'm being able to train all day, every day, and fight as often as possible. So
is that a thing where we're soliciting, finding, selling yourself to potential local sponsors would bridge that next leap?
Yeah.
Right. That sometimes it's just local folks who believe in you, who will help with some of the costs and move that sort of needle forward.
Yeah, for sure. And just making the change to pro, that's when I realized, definitely time to start getting some sponsorships and working on that, just with everything as far as like the nutrition that I'm taking care of now, the training that goes into it. So yeah, definitely something that'll help.
Talking to and I talk to Drew Dober once a month. I talk to Lionheart. I talk to Lionheart once a week. So he comes and sits in that chair. And the stories that he talks about with weight cut, weight management versus weight loss, weight management, and then nutrition, and figuring out the exact science with how your body responds to nutrition differently than anybody else. Have you ever not watched your weight and had it been purposeful? I would imagine as long as you've been fighting, your weight is an everyday thing, right? It's an everyday concern.
It's almost a sport in itself, I'd say, the weight management. And there's 2 things. I never looked at my weight before. Like any sport I did, I just showed up and played.
Right. Right.
And for me,
as a matter of fact, I was, like, especially younger, I wanted to be bigger than I was. Like
exactly.
I always wanted to be able to say I was a 205-pound senior. But
exactly.
No, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
playing baseball. Barry Bonds was my favorite. And I just wanted to be,
I wanted to hit bombs. I wanted to be stronger. I remember telling the University of Virginia that I was 20 pounds heavier than I was.
Yeah.
Because looking at 2 sports, and they said, here's what we're going to do. the difference between paying for your own nutrition and having the sport pay for your nutrition, how do you manage? It becomes pricey to eat well, to eat properly, to eat organically or whatever your choice is. What is it for you? What's your diet? What's your typical diet? What are the things that are on your plate?
Yeah, really, I just keep it as boring as possible to make it easy. But yeah, a lot of the supplements, there's another big thing kind of getting into and managing that. And then, yeah, like you said, just putting quality food in your body.
How do you do that here?
Stuff. Target is usually, don't tell my mom, but Target.
Does mom still cook for you?
No, she doesn't cook, but she's in finance herself. So
okay.
She recommends Walmart. I think Target has a little better quality, so I like to go to Target.
What do they offer you?
Yeah, chicken breast, rice, all the boring stuff. I get a lot of oats from there, sweet potatoes. So all the organic, natural stuff that I cook and prepare myself. I kind of enjoy cooking on my own, but yeah, just getting all that whole 9 yards, making sure I'm just hitting my macros really. So I have the right protein intake, right amount of fats, which can be tough, right amount of carbs, and then timing that around training. And then for me personally, the hard part is you're cooking around my work schedule and my training schedule. So Huddle's got free lunch every single day, and I haven't had that in probably like 2 years.
Yeah, no, I've been in that. I've been in that meal room.
Yeah, they'll get you.
No, they take care of you. We do it differently. I don't know how my folks maintain weight because we feed them every day too, but it's what people are making rather than what's good for them. Easton Edmond, Lincoln's finest, and you am I reading this right? You currently hold a championship strap?
Not anymore. So I had an amateur strap,
okay,
and then I just made the change to professional. So yeah, I had that, defended it, and then made the change to professional.
So you have to hand back the strap when you go.
Yeah. So amateur, you make that change, go to pro, and it's available for, I guess, the next person in line. So
how does that happen though? I would imagine that there's a certain level of pride, even on the amateur level, because every professional fighter probably won some amateur title that they were emotionally connected to. That's one of the steps on the bridge that, my goodness gracious, if this tells me that I'm ready for the next step. When you win the amateur title, what were you saying to yourself? Yeah, it's time to move forward, or do you want to defend it?
That's how it felt. I was kind of in between. I won the amateur title in August of 25. And I knew right around then, I was like, I'm kind of at the bridge where I want to go pro, but I love this belt and I want to throw this over my shoulder one more time.
I just think I would, like I'm a belt fan. So the idea that you would have the belt and hold it for a period of time just to acknowledge and confirm, it reaffirms all the work that you put in, all the doubt, all the fear, all the things you had to go through, that actually you're taking the right steps.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely a building block and one of the biggest accomplishments I think I've ever had in my life. And at the same time, just kind of staying grounded to knowing that this was a part of the process and part of the stepping stone. So realizing ultimately that the amateur belt wasn't my end all be all. There's still a lot of things that I want to accomplish and do in this sport. And this was just a part of that journey. So
now you won the strap at a different weight than you're currently going to fight, right?
Yeah. So been back and forth. And again, with weight classes too, I always said boxing. I thought that was part of the problem with boxing. There's so many weight classes. And then I started cutting weight and I'm like, I'm so jealous.
I understand. I understand.
So yeah, kind of back and forth between 155 pounds and 175 pounds just matchup wise. But
that is a lot. That is a huge range.
Huge jump. It's a big jump. Some big boys at 170.
Yeah. Listen, it's funny too, because Anthony talks about the weight cut and walk around weight. So what do you walk around at versus what you fight at?
Yeah, so I fought at 155 pounds normally. Walking around, I'm a foodie. So I take a break after fighting. I don't even want to go over what I'm eating.
Don't want to know.
I'm one of those guys.
Don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to tell anyone. So I'm one of those guys.
Do you have a scale at home?
I have a scale at home.
So, but where is it?
I'll give you some insight. I'll give you some insider information. Right. I am on my scale every single day.
Okay.
But there are times where people ask, and I'm just like, you know what? I haven't checked because I don't want to acknowledge the fact that this is real.
Like if you just say it, it's real.
Yeah.
Like it's real.
Exactly. You're putting it out there.
And
so.
now everybody can keep track of it.
Yeah. I'll usually just play a little coin. You know what? I haven't checked in a little bit. I'll give myself a couple weeks and I'll get back to it.
Do the people at the huddle give you grief too? Like when they see you, now they know you're a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Now he's a fighter. Now you're a fighter.
Exactly.
And when you go through that lunch line, they're watching.
Oh yeah.
They're watching what you put on the plate, right? For
Everyone.
a variety of reasons. There's the hater.
Yeah.
There's the hater. Oh, look at him. look at
over the shoulder.
Right? They're the people that, they're taking pictures. They want to know. Then you got those that are cheating. They want to see what you got on your plate to see whether it looks the same as theirs, right? Am I eating healthy? Am I eating right? Will he validate?
Exactly. Yeah. I always try to help too, because there's some people that always come up to me like with weight loss tips. I'm like, our weight loss is probably a little different, but I could definitely get you going in the right directions.
I don't know how. Listen, your weight cut in the MMA world is a different science. It's us normals. Weight loss is its own thing.
Yep.
But in the MMA world, weight loss is science, and it's down. And we talk about water loading and then sodium dumps, and to go through that. I would imagine that you haven't gotten into it at that level yet, where you can cut weight the way a Conor McGregor would.
Yeah, definitely. I would say, and that was a part of the process of wanting to go pro and being an amateur is, again, having that, because it's such a huge part. So being able to have a system that I know works, I know how my body's going to respond, and I know I can rely on this plan. And I was just fighting so much, and I was so active as an amateur. It was kind of hard because my weight would start at a different point. How much time I had to get ready for those fights was different. So a lot goes into it. And yeah, definitely something I'm still kind of figuring out. And as I made the change to go pro, definitely something I dialed in more and took more serious as far as having nutritionists and being able to make that weight. So
for the first pro fight, what was the weight cut? So where'd you max, and then what'd you weigh in at?
Yeah, so that was the hard part. I would say I took that fight on about 3 weeks notice. So again, usually you're cutting weight for 10 weeks at a time. So where I took that fight, a little heavier than I wanted to be. But yeah, usually around like 15, 20 pounds is you're cutting water at that point, just kind of fleshing it out, stepping on the scale. So
how do you do that in today? We were talking about before, when it's traveling now is so bad and so iffy that if I'm going to cover UFC, I leave a half a day earlier than I normally would. They do prelim, like the media stuff on Tuesday, workouts on Wednesday, then you got some social media thing on Thursday. And normally I would skip the Tuesday, Wednesday, but now in order to be there for Thursday and Friday morning weigh-in, I have to get there. I have to travel Wednesday morning just to make sure I get there on time.
Yeah.
As a fighter, does that play into it? Because I would still imagine that, things happen in travel.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a big part of it as well. Just when you're talking just overall plan. So yeah, definitely I got out there for my first fight Wednesday and weigh-ins were Thursday. Yeah, definitely. So part of the experience, and that's part of why it was traveling to Buffalo from Nebraska is tough in general. But yeah, definitely a learning process as far as, again, being pro and making that change. So amateur, all my fights were local and you're not traveling at all versus
you're just driving.
One fight you learn so much. It's like, all right, we know how to get there for the week now. We know, have more of a plan, what we're going to do. Even just finding like a commercial gym to sauna at was a struggle at times. So yeah, a lot goes into it. A lot that even I kind of underestimated what it would be like for fight week. But yeah, definitely good experience to learn that and kind of have that information going into the next fight. So
I again, it becomes more fascinating. One, the whole process, but two, the weight loss itself, and then the mental part of the weight loss. We think the physical part is the tough part. I think the mental part, but we'll talk about that. We'll take our first break. Easton Edmond in studio. When we come back, I'll ask him about the mental side, the thoughts in your head when you're going through the weight cut. Because, my goodness gracious, y'all are barely human. You do it different. More one-on-one coming up.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. Koppel is proud to be the highest-rated GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln areas based on Google reviews. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on new Silverado and Sierra 1500 models. But hurry, the 0% financing offer won't last long. Visit us in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Hi, Charlie Stone again, and Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln will be joining me shortly to talk about a milestone accomplishment at Honda of Lincoln. But before I talk to Andy, I'd like to add a comment of my own. I know you have a lot of choices when buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. It was just announced that Honda of Lincoln is once again the winner for the Lincoln's Choice Award for new car dealers. It's not easy to win that award because it's all based on the highest level of customer satisfaction. I think Honda of Lincoln really is your best choice. Now let's talk to Andy.
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks for your kind words.
Andy, tell us what it takes to win an award like this.
Will do, Charlie. It's about being customer focused. Our sales and service team have been with us for a long time, and every day, all they focus on is 100% customer satisfaction. It's really that simple.
Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Arctic Spas is brand new to Lincoln, and you're invited to the grand opening. Stop by Arctic Spas between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. this Saturday, June 27th, for a grand opening party featuring free food, drinks, prizes, giveaways, a cold plunge contest, and a chance to win a free Blackstone grill. Bring 2 cans of food for the food bank for additional entries for free prizes. Bring your swimsuit to jump in and try out their giant swim spa. It's the grand opening at Arctic Spas from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday, June 27th at 5601 South 56th Street, Suite 5.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. Safe. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red?
Big scores on the field?
Good guess, but nope.
Big spikes on the court?
Love those too, but I'm thinking food. Like those big, budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, Big Red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
it's easy to underestimate the importance of water conservation. So here are some unbelievable facts to put things into perspective. For every drop of water that you save, a child learns to read and an alien invasion is postponed. But for every drop of water that you waste, a monkey can no longer taste bananas and the animal cracker becomes extinct. Are these facts true? I don't know. But I do know that Hunt Irrigation, the Water Smart company, can upgrade your existing irrigation system and can save you up to 30% on your water bill. Hunt Irrigation, the Water Smart choice.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, One-on-One, 93.7 The Ticket, and we're with one of Lincoln's own, Easton Edmond, just off his first fight. It didn't go the way you want, but as we were just talking about, having fighters like GSP say that the most important conversations he has are with himself when nobody's watching. And he had to learn, one, to have a different conversation with himself, a type of conversation with himself during weight loss. So I'll ask you, during the weight, are you cutting weight the last 72 hours, or pretty much are you done by then? How's that work for you?
Yeah, usually cutting weight until the bell about weigh-in. So a lot of it, it's kind of like a two-part process where you're just really dialed in on your nutrition. So again, kind of your macros, your calorie deficit, and then you get to that last 72 hours, and it's just water at that point. So then you start manipulating how much water you're drinking, your carbs, your sodium, and then just trying to sweat it out and step on the scale and weigh in from that point. So so give me 72 hours out, weight loss ideal. What's the number? Yeah, ideal around 10 pounds from there. So that's when you're sitting pretty. Sometimes it's a little more than that, and you got to buckle up.
But you also know whether you've done whether.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're never surprised.
No, like I said, I'm detailed. I'm on that scale every single day.
Right, and then 48 hours. What's ideal?
So 48 hours, again, right about that 8-pound range, 48 hours out. That's when the water starts to really dip down too. So you're drinking like 2 gallons throughout the week. It starts to get down to like a gallon, if that.
Are you going into fight night dehydrated?
No, so you get time after.
Or once you weigh in,
yeah. Once you weigh in,
but you weigh in, you're totally you're basically.
Yeah. I didn't really. My teammates would always make fun of me because they said I just look terrible, like worse than anybody, and I never realized it. And then I saw a video of myself this last fight, and I was like, "This is what I look like." And they always would make fun of my voice too. And I heard myself speak, and I was like, "Yeah, I get it now. I see what they're talking about."
You're two entirely different people.
Yeah.
And the difference between when you weigh in and all those wonderful pictures of the pose, right, on the scale, that it takes literally every bit of energy you have to flex.
Oh, yeah.
at your greatest dehydration and the highest level of fatigue, because the weigh-in fatigues you more than the fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a brutal like you're flirting with severe dehydration, severe overheating. Like it's a process. It's the fight before the fight. So yeah.
To watch, I try to explain, and I'll usually do some recording from the official weigh-in versus the public celebratory weigh-in, and I try to explain to folks, of the 30 fighters on a card, 15 of them will have difficulty walking up the steps to the scale. 15.
Yeah.
And then there's another 5 of them who have difficulty. They need help getting out of the room, and there's some sort of collapse behind the scenes, behind the curtain. But then finally you get to the rehab. So to rehydrate and to build back up, what do you, from weigh-in weight to fight night bell, what's the ideal weight will you put back on?
Yeah, you usually want to put back all that water that you lost. So again, usually in like the 10 to 15 pound range. I'm pretty fortunate. I'd say every now and then I'll get a little more than that. I'm feeling really, really lean in the octagon there. So yeah, a lot of that, again, you're just drinking Pedialyte, trying to get those fluids back, trying to get that sodium back, and yeah, letting that stick to your body.
So it's not so you're not going to meal dump right after you weigh in.
No, and that's the rehydration is just as important as the dehydration, which again, a lot of people don't understand. I think people think you're just eating everything in sight, and it's like, no, you have to slowly sip on water. So it feels like you've been sitting in the desert for 3 days and you have to sip water. You can't just chug it down. Your body needs time to feel like itself again. So.
Well, it says that you can hold 32 ounces of fluid, and then the body really stops working the way you want it to work. So yeah, the 32 sips over an hour or 2 hours is really the constant.
Yeah.
But what do you eat on the morning of a fight?
I'm probably not the best example. Everything.
What? No, but that's listen, the personality profiles match.
Yes.
Right? That if you are a risk taker, you will take risk.
Yep.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Like you are who you are.
Exactly.
Like listen, the fight game will highlight who you are, but you are who you are.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So on an ideal fight morning, what's breakfast?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good about what I'm eating. It's just a lot. So depending on if your weigh-ins are at the night or evening. So usually for myself, you're slowly trying to build up. So you're kind of snacking on like pretzels, some gummy bears, get some quick sugar, and then eating like simple fruits, simple carbs.
You're giving people hope right now, but that gummy bears are not out of the range of things.
Gummy bears, Skittles,
sugar's
good. Your body needs sugar.
You are becoming a hero to some people right now, because you just told them 2 minutes ago that you can lose 10 pounds in 3 days.
Yep.
So there are people who got weddings, graduations,
I get that all the time.
Reunions. Like there's some people who 10 pounds in 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to work.
I have coworkers that come. I got a wedding this week. What do I need to do, man? I'm like, I got you. I'll send you the notes. But
that's a whole nother business plan.
It is.
Right? Like that's a whole other business plan.
It is.
And then post-fight, what's the meal? What do you eat?
Yeah. So from there, weigh-ins, usually Subway. I'll have Subway or like Chipotle again, getting like good carbs in me. And really just trying to fill up on like carbs and sodium. Post-fight, that is where I would say
all bets are off.
I usually have a list of places with like B-Dubs, Wingstop.
Yeah, especially here, especially if you're fighting at Pinnacle Bank.
Exactly.
You're like, where you go.
I know the spots, and we're hitting all of them. So again, a lot of it is just being disciplined for those 10 weeks, and that's why I enjoy MMA so much. It's like, again, people see me fight for 5 minutes, and they think, that's cool. And I'm like, I was every morning getting up for 10 weeks. I was on a diet. I have not had anything outside of my diet for a substantial amount of time. So again, a lot of it's just celebrating the fact of the work that I put in and the strictness I had on my diet and being able to indulge a little bit. So
talk to me about the people who get you to the first bell. Talk to me about trainers and nutritionists, those people, sparring partners. Who are those folks for you?
Yeah, so definitely a good team around me. So, yep, I had a nutritionist, Eric Pena. He's out of Florida for my last fight. Again, really cool. My brother, he doesn't know anything about MMA, but he was in my corner for my last fight. So it's always good to, again,
you need your hype guy.
He's my best friend.
He's
the best hype.
Hey, man.
I crack up. There's videos where sometimes he looks like the fighter coming out. He's bumping up the crowd. And I'm like,
you need your hype guy, man.
I do think he has the best job sometimes. He enjoys walking out of the tunnel.
I get to walk out and not take punches?
Exactly.
Count me in. I'm all the way in.
Yeah.
listen, and I'll swell up in a minute. I'll walk in thick neck.
He's chest out. He's just
100%. 100%. I fully get it.
Yeah, definitely. So he's back there with me, which is always cool. Again, it's security. Just have my older brother with me, knowing he's in my corner. So yeah, good guy around me. And then just team around me. I was training at Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so a lot of good guys, a lot of good fighters over there. Recently, I actually just started going to Skywalker Boxing Academy this last 2 weeks, where Anthony Smith was training as well. So, transition over there, working with Coach Danny. It's been a good experience so far. I've been there for about 2 weeks, and a lot of high-level guys at that gym and a really good system. So excited to be there.
For mixed martial arts in Lincoln, let's go ahead and shout them out. Everybody says no free shout-outs, but I'm the boss, so what are they going to say? Let's talk about some of the places and some of the people who lead the mixed martial arts community here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, there's some good places. So Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is where I started training at. Good jiu-jitsu school, a lot of high-level people over there. Got to give a shout-out to my friend Jesse Lee. He just started a gym, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, Most Wanted MMA. So he's a high-level guy. We actually played high school baseball and basketball together, too. So he's been opening up a gym, which is going well. Andrew Huffman, he's over at Precision Combat. Another good fighter, started his own gym as well. So, yeah, a lot of good spaces here in Lincoln.
How many, really good prospects? Because I'm not sure there are many professional, right, at the higher level fighters, league fighters. But who are the prospects? Who are the other folks that if you say Lincoln's got some people coming, who are we talking about?
Yeah, I would say a lot of them are at the amateur scene right now. They're really starting to bridge the gap. So, you can factor in Omaha. The Omaha guys can talk about Omaha. There's a ton of prospects.
I did not mention Omaha. Yeah. I was not giving credit to Omaha. I didn't shout out any of the gyms or dojos. I just no.
Yeah.
Talk about Lincoln.
So
what's happening here?
Lincoln, we got everybody at my gym is right there and is going to be on the scene in the next year. So Victor Valdelia, he's one of the best training partners I have, a very good, close personal friend of mine. He's someone I look up to in the sense of he's a smaller guy in the gym, but he has no quit in him whatsoever. And that's what I love about Victor. So he just fought for the belt. It didn't go his way. We're kind of in the same spot right now. We know we're going to get back. We know we're going to come back. So he's going to get that belt. He's going to go pro in the next couple of years. Andrew Herrera, Matty O'Whaley, those are some guys out of my gym too that have all the skills in the world. They're going to put it together. They're going to be going pro soon. Kevin Dominguez is another guy as well out of Lincoln. So we have a really good stable of fighters. And yeah, a lot of guys, keep your eye on at the shows at Dynasty. They'll be fighting. And again, they're going to get some amateur belts and they're going to be making that change to pro in the next couple of years.
Walk us through, share with us the walk from the locker room to the ring at PBA, because that's got to be, as a kid from Lincoln, to fight at PBA has got to be like, I'm not sure wherever you're going to go from here. I'm not sure there's got to be a more special feeling than fighting at PBA.
No, there can't. There's one other thing that I don't think I'll check off my bucket list, but it would be walking out of Memorial Stadium. That was the thing I wanted to do most. And I think PBA, fighting and making the walk at PBA is a close second. And the walk is probably just my favorite part. Again, I think people that know me, they know I'm a really nice guy and very laid back. And the walk and the moments before the locker room, and that's when the flip gets switched and I'm locked in and it's time to go. So
now I would imagine that your dad and your mom experience Fight Night differently.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Because I've never heard it's never both. It's one or the other. One celebrates like they're fighting, the other one like they're having surgery.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That is very fair to say. Yeah. It's been a fun experience for my family because honestly, just going over these 2 years that I've been fighting, like I said, telling them was one of the hardest things I've ever done, to where now I think we're to the point where they've enjoyed this process and journey so much that, again, I don't think my mom watches the fights, but I think slowly she's starting to watch more, and she really enjoys them a lot, I think. And like I said, her favorite part is seeing my brother walk out with me. That's no matter how the fight goes, that's everything for her. And yeah, my dad's getting to the point where he's kind of walking out with his chest out now that my son's a pro MMA fighter. So it's a fun time.
Here's the thing. The more I know fighters, the less I enjoy watching them fight.
Yeah.
Like look, I can yell, scream, and point at any two fighters, but if I know them, I'm quiet, and I just can't let go of making sure that the humanity, right? Yeah. Like, to get out, it is a tough business. And I would imagine that we talk about the workouts and the training, but the recovery might be the MVP.
Yeah.
In determining what happens for you. So what is a workout recovery? What's the proper, at least for you, for your body, cardio workout, strength workout, striking workout? What's recovery for you?
Yeah. Again, a lot of that is just nutrition, especially when you're doing that weight cutting, you're not eating as much. So again, making sure you're putting the right things in your body. So again, the food can kind of help with that process. Again, taking care of your body. So usually taking like cold plunges, cold tubs twice a week. Stretching I'm not good at and trying to get better at, hitting the massage gun, hitting the roller, and then again being able to take that time at least once or twice to just take a full day to reset and rest, and again let your body recover so you can go through those intense workouts.
Who's the person that you listen to that can tell you a thing that you need to work on, focus on, that you will listen to?
I would say
because listen, here's what we know, especially when you identify as an athlete. It becomes, I know my body better than you do.
Yeah.
Right? So who speaks and you go, okay, all right, I need to chill. Like, I need to chill and I need to regroup and redirect.
Yeah, I would say in the gym, that was really important for me is, again, leaving your ego at the door. So I walked in feeling like a good athlete, but knowing that I didn't know anything about fighting. So I was just trying to learn everything from everyone. I didn't care if they had 10 fights or no fights, if they did MMA or jiu-jitsu. Like, that was my number one rule when I first walked into Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was leave your ego at the door and come in to learn. So in the gym, I would say I'm always open to listen to everyone. Even like opinions outside of the gym. It's like I'm personally, I would like to think I'm a very good listener. So I'll always take an open mind to anything that anyone has to share with me.
When you watch UFC, do you have are you one of those people that can look at the fight and say, okay, this is what I think will happen, and then be right?
Yes.
Because here's what Nick Wyman, let me explain something to you about mixed martial artists. They are bad predictors of fights. They are the worst. Man, listen, there's a whole stream of fighters UFC fighters, prominent UFC fighters, who will tell you, hey, here's the matchup, here's how I see it, here's what's going to happen. I know better than to take my hard-earned money and spend it the way they say bet it.
That's fair.
So, Easton, if you tell me you have broken the code, you would be the first mixed martial artist that can tell us what's happening.
Listen, I have two good stories on this. So I would say, we kind of talked about the film study. I love MMA. That is, again, part of what got me into it. So before I even fought, I would spend hours watching UFC, and there was like a turn where I realized I'm not watching this as a fan. I'm watching this like it's film review, like breaking down plays. So I feel very, very strong in my opinions. I will say, before the White House card, I sent a text to my group chat and I said, am I the only one that knows Justin Gaethje is going to win this fight? This is documented. So that is there. However, in MMA, it's a crazy sport. That's why we love it. You're swinging 4-ounce gloves. Anything can happen. One of my worst calls of all time is one of my best friends. He actually played football in Nebraska. His name's Tyler Hoppus. He's a huge John Jones fan. John Jones is his favorite fighter. And when he fought Cyril Gane, he moved up to get the heavyweight belt, UFC belt. And I was high on Cyril Gane. Again, athletes are my favorite fighters. So watching Cyril move, his footwork, I was like, he is going to dominate John Jones. I was like, this is not even going to be a close fight. Me and Tyler, that's our relationship. We're arguing, go back and forth. John Jones wipes the floor with Cyril Gane, wins in like a minute, chokes him out. And I was like on the top of my lungs telling everyone that Cyril Gane was going to win this fight. 2 weeks later, I'm at a volleyball tournament for Huddle on my job. I see John Jones at this volleyball tournament, And he is the nicest, coolest guy. It took me a second. I was like kind of not starstruck, but I was like, I know that guy. And he like starts walking over to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is John Jones. He sat there and had like a 10-minute conversation with me, just being the coolest guy. And this was the fakest I ever felt, but I had to tell him to his face, like, man, I knew you were going to win that fight. I knew you would make quick work or Cyril Gahn, man. I knew you had it the entire time. So that was the worst call I've ever had. And crazy enough, I saw John Jones 2 weeks after winning the UFC belt. But yeah, I think I'm good at calling fights, but every now and then, yeah, you get some wrong.
We are going to track. The beauty of UFC, you get 3 fights a month. All right? You get 45 chances, anywhere from 30 to 45 chances to get it right or to get it wrong.
Yep.
There's no lead. Anthony's terrible. Yeah. Drew Dober's terrible. My niece is married to Kyle Nelson.
Okay.
And he's terrible. It's bad. And people pay him for his predictions. And I was just like, give them people their money back. All right.
Yeah, it can be tough.
We'll throw it to break. Final segment, Easton Edmond coming up here on One on One.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Front Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Front Country Club, just 40 minutes southeast of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. Safe. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Played Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. One-on-One. Easton Edmond, Lincoln's own. And I want to thank you for making time on a Saturday, coming, chopping it up. And we'll do several of these. We'll kind of, those folks in the building over there would be thrilled at having somebody that can kind of go behind the scenes and explain what's going on when these fight cards are around the city and around the area, the things that go on there. I'll ask you this. If you had to create your mixed martial arts Mount Rushmore, so the four fighters who are either you think are the best or your favorite, and I'm okay with whatever way you want to do it. Who are the four?
It's a good question. I would say I'll have to split. So I didn't start really watching MMA till about 2015. So I would say no list is complete without John Jones. You have to put him up there. As far as best goes, unpopular, but I would say Khabib Nurmagomedov. I think just his story, who he was as a fighter, fighting bears when you're like 5 years old. I don't think he was ever going to lose. I know people think he got out early. I don't think he's ever going to lose.
You see him fighting the bear, pray for the bear.
Yeah, exactly. Like style, we could not be any more different style-wise, but I just used to love to watch him fight, and I think he was great. So I would say, as far as best goes, those are my top two. As far as my favorite, I would not be sitting here today if it weren't for Conor McGregor. I think, again, just a southpaw that had knockout power. He's a guy that he was so entertaining watching, and again, he really captivated a lot of fans. So Conor McGregor's got to be on the list. I would say there's plenty of other fighters that are better, but like I said, Dustin Poirier is another guy that I drew so much inspiration from, just from who he was as a person, how he carried himself, and what he did in the octagon. Again, another guy I don't think I would have fought had it not been for Dustin Poirier. So that'd be my Mount Rushmore, my personal one.
Yeah, and this is where I'm praying for Dustin.
Yeah,
you had a rough. That was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough in this day and age. Like, you got to understand, cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Dustin.
That's a guy who he kind of explained, like, fighting meant a lot to him, and being away, it's changed, and obviously got to make that adjustment.
You listen, when the cheering stops, they talk about it all the time. When the checks stop coming and the cheering stops, those are the things psychologically that fighters have to figure out. And I was actually asked. I actually got to speak to a room of fighters and explaining that thing that you need to prepare for. And a fighter's mortality is a real strange thing to approach, because it's almost the thing that has to be untouchable.
Yep.
It has to be undefinable, unboundaried. Every fighter has to believe he's the GOAT every time he fights.
Every time.
Because otherwise, bad things happen.
Exactly.
Bad things happen. So what's next for you?
Yeah. Next for me is I've been back in the gym training hard. So could not be more excited to get back in the octagon. So like we said, my pro debut, it didn't go my way. I think a lot of people really fell for me, which I appreciate, but there was so much for me personally to be proud of. I did not hang my head for a second. I'm as competitive as anyone, but it didn't go my way, and I got a lot to prove to myself, and I'm ready to get back in the win column. So training hard, like I said, over at Skywalker right now. And hopefully getting back, and then pro fight number 2, hopefully this fall. So
Easton, we will do this again, kind sir. Thank you for making time on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.
There it is. Don't go anywhere. One-on-one continues. Kyle Hunt from Nebraska Wesleyan. I want to talk to the coach, find out what's going on with the programs and those young people over there. We'll be right back.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 with signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group, attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats the Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats the Rats.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
301 Lincoln, America. Capital City. Nick Wyman, kind sir, first of all, how the heck are you?
Not too bad. Like I said, I'm biased being the producer here on Saturday, so the seat's a little warm when I sat down because I've been sitting here since about 8:30. So.
Yeah, the work has been done. I try to explain to people that if you want to do this, you have to really want to do this, and those are the people who do it best and have success. So it's pretty interesting as well. How the Royals do, by the way.
Don't talk about last night. Don't bring it up. I got it out of my system during my 2 hours earlier. 22-1 yesterday. Tied for the worst loss in franchise history.
I was not sure. And they've got a 2:30 first pitch.
3:10. So they're starting here. So it
Okay.
can only go up from here.
Okay, so that's where we are and how that lays out. Yeah, how do you, man?
I got it out of my system. So
that was bad.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
That was bad. I've had one baseball game like that ever as a coach. One, never as a player. Had one game like that as a coach, and it was my first game with this group, with this team. And it ended up being, that was the worst day. We got beat 28-0 in a scrimmage, so it didn't really count. But it taught me everything I needed to learn in order to get this team right. I had 2 days with them before that scrimmage. That team finished the season on a 6-game win streak. So I often say we misidentify what winning is and what successful coaching is, because the best coaching job I ever did was a 500 team. But I know how far that 500 team went to become a 500 win team. It was the best job I'd done. Speaking of coaching, let's bring him in. Nebraska Wesleyan swim coach, Kyle Hunt. Coach, how the heck are you? What's happening?
It's chilling, man. Yeah, just rolling through the summer. And
you never hear college coaches say they're chilling. Not ever. At any point literally any point in the calendar, you could spin to just open the day planner. I'll date myself, day planner guy. Right, everything's not digital.
Sure.
Do they have a digital day timer? Is that a thing?
I mean, I guess your notes page on your phone.
Yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, so you've been on vacation. You've been truly, like, you're traveling. You're everywhere.
Yeah, I went on a guy's golf trip, our annual golf trip. We played about 90 holes in 3 days.
Where'd you play?
We were down in Firekeeper Golf Course, which is just outside of Topeka.
Yeah.
Nota Begay's course, Tiger's old roommate. And then we played Beatrice Country Club on Saturday on the way back, but we only got 9 in because we got rained out. And then, I'm just working at a local pool that I manage. The reason I'm chilling, though, is because I did have kind of a bumpy couple of weeks. And all of a sudden, some of my Wesleyan athletes have been reaching out about their summer doings. And I just got happy again because I love that team. So they're doing their thing. And I'm like, all right, kind of reminding me of what's coming up in the fall, getting to work with that group.
Let's recap how the season ended for you.
Yeah. Think about it a lot.
How'd that go?
Conference champs, both men and women. Women's was their first time in school history, and men got their second in 3 years. And it was unbelievably special. And they're almost more motivated now to get going, to repeat.
What would you identify and share as the thing that made that happen? What's the cause and result? What is it? Why were both of these programs champions this year?
It's 100% the support that they get, not only from their teammates, but our university, all the other sports. They're all tight. Our athletic department is very involved. Our president is always present, high-fiving us at meets. It's hard to, screw things up unless you're choosing to do that, but they can make mistakes because they got support. So if they're, struggling in class, they got support. If they're struggling in practice, we got them. So that was probably it. And when you have a lot of support, a lot of the drama or, bumps get smoothed out a lot quicker.
I want to say this to folks that are listening that may not know Coach Hunt and that program and what's kind of going on behind the scenes. This is us planting the flag that we want Nebraska Wesleyan athletics and Nebraska Wesleyan swimming and all the sports to get the proper amount of exposure, especially for the good things that are done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big part of this over the course of a year with Coach Hunt, a lot of the conversations that will take place, one, some will be, hey, foundationally, here's what we're doing. Here's what's on the calendar. Here's how you can be a part of it. But I'm constantly intrigued by the things that build it up to what it is. And in order to do that, you have to go back. So the foundational things that lead this program, you are the accumulation of a lot of great coaches and situations and scenarios. Who are the coaches that helped you become, one, curious, athletically curious about this and to become a student of it?
Yeah, I mean, I played football and baseball and swimming. I was not really that good at it. Honestly, I had a really good senior year. The team, you connect with your teammates, right? And they kind of tell you what to do and what not to do. But Coach Greg Fleming, who is a Hall of Fame coach, and he was at Lincoln East, he was just so patient with everybody, treated everybody the same. I mean, hands down, that's probably the one that showed me how to do it. Everybody's got their different backgrounds and their different goals, and you can relate to them if you try. He did that. And then, Ed Muller, I was his assistant coach at Northeast when I really got into the high school ranks. So much energy. He made that sport really fun. And it's a hard sport. Everybody says their sport's hard, but swimming, it can suck sometimes. And it's hard. And he just celebrated in practice and meets, and his energy was just through the roof. And I was like, I got to do that too. And it makes you enjoy it. So those two stand out for sure in swimming. And then I had some other, for baseball and football with whatever position coaches that you had. So I took it from them.
When talking to coaches, there's certain words that resonate more. They vibrate differently coming from that coach. And when those vibrations happen, I have to jump to it. You use the word patience. And if you talk to any coach, you can talk to 100 coaches. The answer is not going to be the same to defining patience. So you said that you had great leadership that showed you through patience. Define that for me.
Well, people kind of have these goals, right? And they're oftentimes when you're young, 18 to 22, you're thinking kind of far ahead. The patience is the process that you go through to get to it. They all know it doesn't happen overnight. They want it to happen overnight. It's just pretty unlikely. So we just make sure that every time they're in the pool or in the weight room with their head strength coach, they are finding something right then and there to fix. And they know that that'll accumulate as you go. And that's the patient piece, is like, just get it today. Just get the work done today. Grind it out today. You showed up, check, you're good. You swam fast when the coach said go fast, check. And that just builds and builds and builds. And so if you're patient, that'll be there at the end, because you got that one race or that one play or that one pitch. You're like, I did all the work. I'm good. So
being prepared for anything that can happen
right
in it. But I'll ask you this: what percentage of success happens because of what happens at practice, and how much of it happens because of the things not done at practice?
100%. It's like, it's a stressor because coaches want their kids and athletes to get there and be healthy and have no other distractions, that's impossible. But they showed up. Check, right? I could run through that again. And if they're confident that they did the best that they could, it's game on.
Is the practice portion just confirming or reaffirming the work that, hey, they've done the academic work, there's no stress, they've done the proper thing nutritionally, they're getting the most rest that they can get, they're getting the proper amount of recovery? Because if the practice participation doesn't show, if the result doesn't show that the rest of that says something's wrong, as a coach, you have to notice what that is and get to it.
Yeah, body language shows out a lot. You can see when they walk in.
Is that more swimmers than most other sports? I would say swimming and gymnastics.
Yes, and here's why. Coaches are, as practice is going on or the competition, we are 100% visual. We are watching them, do their thing. And then the athlete is going 100% by feel. And when they get out of the pool, whether it's from practice or the race, you got to connect. This is what I saw. And they go, well, this is what I felt. And what you say, they go apply. And if it still doesn't feel right, you got to say something different. And that's the toughest part about our sport, is just because we're just watching and watching and watching. And they're just grinding. They're going on intervals. It's a best average set or a threshold set or even just a warm down. We just talked to you about your underwaters. What's going on? I forgot. Okay, do it now. So then you watch that. And then in this sport, something else changes and it affects everything. So
is there a variance as a swim coach? Is there a variance based on the pool itself? Yep. Is there any variance that you quite often have to factor in?
Yeah. Depth of the pool. There's what we call wave drag. And when you dive into a pool or make any movements, right, waves move around, they bounce off the lane ropes, they bounce off the bottom of the pool. So the deeper pools are faster.
Okay.
So shallow pools for one. And then the width of it, 6 lane, 8 lane, 10 lane, 50 meter.
What do you practice on?
We have a 6 lane, 25-yard pool.
And how does that relate? Is that wider, longer, more narrow?
It's the smallest competitive pool you can do.
Right. That was kind of the point, was there are limits and can we compare your practice pool versus Nebraska's or a Power 4 pool?
No.
Right. Very difficult. Very difficult to say. When you recruit athletes, how often does that come into the conversation?
Every single time. What's your facilities look like? But we counter that because we go to some really amazing facilities in the University of Chicago. There's one in Iowa we go to. We've been to places in, various states that have Olympic-sized stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a way to train it without having that type of pool.
When that happens, so you have how many swimmers on the team, and how do you manage getting everybody the work required?
Oh, I love this stuff. This is the best. Practice plans.
Oh, as a coach, I try to explain it to people,
so good.
Right? To stay out of the way of a coach and the mad scientist mode.
Oh, it's great.
Which is trying to figure out, how do I get X number of swimmers in various skills, the amount of work that they need and require in the time that you're limited in having them.
Yeah. So if you took it like a football practice, there's positions, correct? And they have an indoor facility, an outdoor facility, talking about the university up the street. We have the same thing. We have sprinters, distance, IMers, stroke specialists. So we split up our practice times. Mondays, we're all together. It's generally recovery day, coming off of weekend invites. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we split. We have a sprint IM group and a mid-distance group. And there's about 20 in each one. And all 3 of us coaches are watching 20 at a time. And then within those 6 lanes, we split up the 20. So you got about 3 to a lane.
So every day's a 3 or 4 practice day.
3 for sure. And then Saturdays, we're all together, but we have we call it Championship Saturdays. We do a lot of stuff off the blocks. We're racing them, getting them going, seeing how fast they can go to prep.
Is the Saturday just in season, or is that all year round?
Just in season.
Just in season, just to have some idea about who's doing well at what.
Correct. Yep. Where your pace is at, what's your cycle count, how fast is your heart rate going? Your start's good?
But your sprinters have to spend how much time in the water per week in season?
Well, we have 10 workouts a week if you count our mornings and Saturdays. And when they're in their specialist group, 4 of those 10, it's an hour and a half. The other practices are 2 hours. Now the sprinters have a different training cycle where they're resting quite a bit more than our aerobic distance guys. Oh yeah. Sprinters, if you look at Olympic sprinters, they are 6'4", 250 pounds. They are NFL body types.
Right. You think of the goats. You think of the Mark Spitz crew. That length certainly plays into it.
These
Phelps,
are dudes.
like these are long humans.
These are dudes.
Right.
And they are explosive, as much output as they can provide in 19 to 22 seconds.
But then
so I don't need to run them dry for 2 hours. They just need to be explosive.
And then, but the marathon racers, right? But you said the rest in between.
Yeah.
Well, they go longer.
The distance group, they want to groove it out. They want to get into a routine. So if they're swimming a mile, which is 66 lengths, we have a goal time for each. Let's say we do, a mile is 1,650 yards. So let's say we're doing 50s for pace.
Yeah.
And the kid goes, I want to go this time. Then we just measure out their pace per 50. So that's 33 50s. So we're measuring that as they go. But in a mile, that's, it's like 15 to 19 minutes, male to female, of continuous swimming. So they don't need to stop on the wall and rest for a minute. My sprinters do because they've just exploded everything they've got.
Gas.
Yeah.
What percentage speed do your milers swim at? So how fast your mile sprinters could go 50 meters.
Right. If I could do lactic acid testing, I'd probably have a better measurement of it.
Yeah.
It kind of just depends. When we say you're going to go 100% on this 50, you're going to give it your all. We have a chart that says, okay, my goal time, if I go 100%, I need to split this time, this interval. We'll do a lot of build up into that. We'll kind of roll like a 50 to 70% chunk, and then we'll go 85 to 90% chunk. And then we always practice finishing fast, because at the college level, everybody that you race in big meets goes your time. So you gotta prep them for that last sprint of a mile, which is kind of funny.
Well,
what are we doing?
Well, but in track and field, it's the same theory.
Correct.
That, quite frankly, you've got to, in some of that strength, actual core strength, to be able to, okay, can I realign myself, and then can I breathe myself into the speed? I'll ask you, between sprinter, intermediate, miler, are there different body types that you kind of smile?
Ooh.
Like, I know it gets in trouble. But from a recruiting standpoint, coaches like their ideal. So most coaches recruit their personality type better and more easily than not. But then you also have what your ideal athlete looks like for that particular thing. So for a sprinter, what's the ideal body type, or what's the considered ideal body type?
As much power as your body can put on, like muscle wise.
Okay.
So there's got to be some structure there to put something on it.
Who's stronger, sprinter or miler?
Sprinter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we do our testing with our head strength coach, he does a lot of measurement stuff: broad jump, vert jump, hand clean, everything explosive. And they measure that a lot. Like, we test all the time. And it's great. Some of my ladies are like, my vert just increased 2 inches this week. And
Well,
but let's go.
That's the next question, is that how much does starting have to do with who becomes the sprinter and who becomes the miler?
Yeah. I'll tell you this. It's a lot easier to be a sprinter and then work your way up. And if you changed your event to be a miler, it's really hard to go the other way. It's hard to be a miler, then all of a sudden you're a sprinter.
Is that body maturation? Is that emotional maturation? What is that?
It's body.
Yeah.
Because when you're running your distance swimmer, they're going to be very lean. They're going to be, I don't want to say skinny, but they're just, running their aerobic base nonstop. Sprinters are just power explosive, and then they stop.
Is there a difference in so the high school senior versus the college senior? So you're projecting the high school senior, or whenever you start to recruit, which is a whole nother show, is when you start to recruit and who you start to recruit. Right? That's a whole other show. But the difference that you project and say, okay, if you're in this pocket, this speed as a high school senior, under your training and with your resources, you can elevate them from where they are to end of freshman year and have a pretty good idea what that looks like. And then what it would look like 4 years later,
right,
under your training, your nutrition, natural body physics that develop over time, you have a pretty good scale in your head.
I wish I could, well, maybe I should rephrase this. I'm glad I can't read minds. It's probably a good thing. But just a little snippet of recruiting, we spend a lot of time just talking with them about what do you love about I ask them, what are your top 3 events? What do you want to focus on? And if they genuinely love distance swimming, the sky is the limit. If they have some versatility, which is the best part of our team, is all of our athletes can do a bunch of different stuff. We just have to spend more time systematically going, what are we focusing on this year? What are we focusing on in 6 months? So there's kind of a training cycle of what we're prepping for. And some of those guys and some of those women might change events per year. And then we have to have a conversation of like, well, if you're going to be a pure sprinter, your explosive, your tempo, your stroke rate, that's got to be elevated. So that's what you're going to focus on. And it may miss, but my job is just to make them faster, period. And if they have, this is my goal, we're going to support it. But if it falls flat, they got to recognize that too,
In most cases, what's the line between making them faster? Is it more technique or strength?
It's technique.
It's technique.
100%.
Right.
When you get older and you get faster, it's harder to drop time. You have to fix the little things. It's prep, it's studying, it's looking at your races on film.
Have we identified what human maximum is in the water? Right? Like
I will tell you, if you watch it, I don't know if you guys watch the Olympics at all, but they make it look pretty easy, don't they? When they're swimming, they're like, that's a world record. And you're like, I didn't know that. But when you watch,
you can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
They're feeling it. They can't see it. The athlete, while they're doing it, they're just going by feel. And that's that coach. This is, tell them this is what I saw. And they're like, this is what I felt. And then when they touch the wall, they see the result and they're like, okay, I felt that connection. My turns were good. My start was good. There's like you're in the zone, your jump shot. It's just, it won't stop falling. It's the same thing. And swimming is the same thing.
I went back east and I got to spend some time with the Howard swim team.
Oh, cool.
Which,
yeah,
mind blown about, we talk about the physical side of it and then the body type and then the emotional side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would ask you about are the conversations that you have to manage as a coach inside the athlete's head. You said you can't mind read, but you have to sure as heck try.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Howard coach, they speak in one voice. The athletes speak in a voice. They say the same things over and over again. There's certain things that aren't allowed to be said in the water, right? And things that we'll get into that we'll take our first break. Kyle Hunt, Nebraska Wesleyan swimming. Yeah, the conversations that you have in your head are important. I'll ask you, what are some of those things that you put in your athlete's head? We'll get that when we come back.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southeast of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Played Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, One-on-One on a Saturday. Yeah, do not adjust your dial. Be live on Saturday. Coach Kyle Hunt, Nebraska Wesleyan. We're talking about, listen, the identification of talent and then the management of talent. He said a thing that, I don't read minds, but he absolutely does. He absolutely has to. Like, to go into the living room, to look at an athlete on film, you have a pretty good idea about what's going on in their head.
Yep.
And then when you go sit in front of them in the living room of their house to ask them to come to Wesleyan, you have to read their minds. They will say what they want, or at least get close to saying what they want, so that you can identify it. The difference between you saying you don't read minds is really just kind of a dismount, because you absolutely do, right? Somebody says, they've told you they want to swim for you. You said you want them to swim for you. Then you have to ask some other questions.
I do.
What are those questions, kind sir, to get into their heads?
Well,
yeah.
We'll take care of the swimming piece, right? That's what I tell them. We're going to, my full-time job is coaching swimming. So that'll be taken care of. The next phase is, are you highly motivated and high achieving as a student? Because that's the 40-year investment. You're not here to be a professional swimmer. That's not happening. And we talk about what they want to study. Most of my team is in kind of the health pathway. And we have, some psychology and some business and a smattering of education. And then the final piece is, are you highly motivated and high achieving as a person? This team will not survive with an individualized, it's all about me. It's just not going to happen, because you're not going to have great practices and you're not going to have great meets every single time. If everybody was dropping time, they'd be going to zero, right? It's not going to happen. So you start asking them questions like, what do you do for fun that isn't swimming? Because when we're done with them at practice, I'm not in their dorms. I'm not in their classes. Got to trust them. And then I ask them questions like, okay, good answer. You're reading, I like to read, they say. Some of them do. The other one then is, when you're struggling in practice or you're not dropping time, how do you handle that? Are you I'm going to talk to the coach and get a game plan? Or are you a B, I'm just going to put my head down and grind it out? The key there is if they say, I like to do both. But when you're 17, 18 years old, you may not have experienced that yet. So then it's our job as coaches to give them both of those tools. I'm not going to give you an instructive piece or something to work on every single second of every time you do something wrong. You got to own that. You got to get in there and get the work done by yourself sometimes.
When we say that out loud to a 17-year-old with parents in the room,
mm-hmm.
How often do you look at the parents for reaffirmation?
I try not to.
Right? Because
the
kid will tell you, I'm a hard worker and disciplined, and the parents is they're rolling their eyes, on the couch. Like, don't go in their room. Like,
stay back.
Right. I mean, so how important is that? How much does that, because the parents can alter the coach's opinion of the young person.
Yeah. I just know that that parent is giving me their best kid. I have children, I get it. But this is going to be their journey. And a lot of my athletes are not from Lincoln. So some are from different countries, or way out west. So they're on their own. And so that's why I'm like, this is it. Now, I will have separate conversations with parents to let them know, like, ask me the questions that your kid
away from the
didn't
kids
ask. The
too,
kid didn't ask.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, away from the kid is that normal for your recruiting scenarios? Is that you have a conversation with them all together and then you have one with the parents maybe separate to get to the real?
I offer it every single time. Like, I'd love to Zoom with your parents. I'd love to, connect with them.
Is that before commitment or is that after?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep recruiting them until they graduate.
And how
college, that is.
Yeah. What percentage of your athletes have you seen their dorm room?
0.
Oh, you, sir. You really?
Now, I have a son that plays soccer at Wesleyan, and I've seen his dorm room. So,
right. I mean,
shout out Owen. Love you, buddy.
There's a Power 4 coach, football coach, who recruits athletes, and a big part of his visit, as a matter of fact, he makes sure one of his assistants never goes to the house. They always meet at some independent place, whether it be a restaurant or a hotel lobby or something. But there's one who specifically, and he is currently at the University of North Carolina, and he makes sure that he meets at the house. And more importantly, that he goes into their room. He has the athletes show them their bedroom. Yeah, because he said it cleans up a lot of his decision making by seeing, one, who they are when they think nobody's looking, two, behind the scenes, right? He says it always pulls back the curtain. And he said his recruiting percentages went up because it helped him identify. He wasn't making as many bad decisions. Like, you weren't getting a kid who said all the right things, looked the part, and then they get to college, and then, quite frankly, their roommate wants to beat them up because your room's dirty, the clothes are dirty, the clothes are everywhere, the bed's not made, like all those things. And at the top of his list is seeing if the bed's made. He says, if you knew I was coming and was going to offer you $250,000 scholarship and you didn't make your bed for me, you're not going to help me beat Clemson.
That's goated. I like that.
Right. He said, you're not going to help me beat Clemson. It's not going to help. You're not going to be able to help me beat Clemson. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to manage you harder than the star player, which if you're not the star player, I have a problem. So it was always interesting.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Utah was different. Urban Meyer did a thing when he first got to Utah. And he was at Akron before. When he got to Utah, he was replacing a legend. Ron McBride had been there 20 plus years. So when Urban came through, they needed to change. And he said the first thing that he did was walk through the dorms. He walked through every dorm that an athlete lived in. He knocked on the door. And then he knocked on the neighbor's door to ask about.
I've heard this before.
Yeah. And it helped him because he got rid of 17 athletes. He got, there's some paraphernalia, there are some posters, there are some things going on. And he said, you cannot represent me this way. You can't forget about representing your parent. Like, your parents haven't been in this room for you to have this sort of thing going on. And if you can't represent your parents, you can't represent me.
That is 100% legit. That if any of them are listening right now, my head's spinning a little bit. This could happen.
Well, I mean, but he got rid of 17 players, and he got rid of some because he checked their refrigerator. And he goes, "What are you eating? What are you doing?" No, like, for a kid whose body fat wasn't ideal. And then you see, well, wait a minute, you're eating more stuff that we don't give you at the training table here. You're here more than you are at the training table. So he went in and made that decision. He said, quite frankly, there were, I want to say there were 7 players. 3 of them were starters, where he just said, you're out of the program. And he made the changes. And then he defined a thing, and he got into what he wanted to be the Utah Ute way. So I'll ask you as the swim coach, and again, as the program lead, what's the Wesleyan way? When you look for athletes, you kind of have an ideal, like an ideal of what you want them to look like and what you want them to represent. What's the Wesleyan way?
It's mission first team always. It's everybody's got a mission to accomplish that day, that month, that year. There needs to be a team of people always to support that. And it just rings throughout our campus, our advisors, our professors in their field that they're majoring in, right? And our career center and our Cooper Center for tutoring. They are so connected to our student athletes that if we just know what your mission is, you got a team of people always to support it. It's phenomenal. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, because I went to a huge school with 30,000 people. I didn't get that. It was impossible. I got it from some of my fraternity brothers, right? Because they were like, we're, in the same grade and we kind of came in together, but there's some upperclassmen. Here, it's the whole campus. It's 3,000 people, students and employees. It's phenomenal.
Is that part of the advantage of choosing Wesleyan over a bigger school?
Hands down. I think that if you want to connect in as many ways as you want to, missions, at one time we had the student body president and vice president on the swim team. We've had fraternity and sorority presidents. We've had student athlete advisory council presidents. We've had people on dual sports, playing track and doing swimming. And we had football and swimming. I mean, it's just so interconnected that you want to do as many things as you want. Not only will you get trained right, not only will you get a good education, but you're going to have a phenomenal social life. It helps being in Lincoln too. This town's pretty awesome.
And the support system is in play. Like when you say team, the support system of people that are willing to say the difficult thing to you, right? The thing you need to hear rather than what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't slip. You can't skip class. Your professor's probably going to text you, Kyle. We had a review today. Where were you at? Oh, sick. Well, you come meet me at 2:00. Well, I have practice. Hey, Coach Hunt, can so-and-so? Absolutely. Bye. Right. So
pretty quick.
It's awesome.
Pretty
I will
quick.
tell you a cool statistic. Get ready for this. So since 2014, when our program started, 100% of our swimmers have gotten a job with their degree or have gone on to graduate school of their choice.
I don't think any other program.
We are
can say that.
batting 1,000.
I don't think any other program can say that.
It's my greatest stressor.
What's the team GPA? What's the standard?
Men are 3.5, women are 3.6. It's been that way.
What are the dudes doing? Why is that? Please explain that to me so I understand.
Well, I think because a lot of them have the same, path that they're following. Health and human performance is our biggest major. This is sports management, athletic training.
So there's more women or men that follow that path. You think women are following true to the path?
I think a lot of my women are like biology majors, pre-med, pre-health.
So you're not going to say women swimmers are generally smarter than men?
Absolutely not.
You're not going to say it on air.
They compete. They compete. They when I
3.6 versus 3.5, guys, what are we doing?
Pick it up, guys.
What are we
Girls,
doing?
The women will be like, "Come on, boys, pick it up."
Yeah, right. I mean, that
like,
seems.
we are.
I just want to. Do you know what the university standard is?
3.0.
3.0. Right. I would wonder what the median is for Wesleyan students.
Well, I mean, I could go across the board. Our track and field has 160. They're academic All-American teams. Their cross country, men's and women's soccer's. I mean, everybody's above a 3.2. I guarantee.
Yeah, I would.
Athletically, for sure.
And I think that's part of the Wesleyan way. I think that's a big part of the pitch and sell. Is that, quite frankly, there's standards in play.
Yep.
And it's a great environment and community. Forward, we'll take one more break. Come back, close up. Kyle Hunt, Nebraska Wesleyan Swimming. We'll be right back.
In a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf, Friend Country Club is worth the drive. Just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southeast of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back Nine Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
I am grateful, thankful for Coach Kyle Hunt to come in and share the wisdom and share what's going on at Wesleyan. I think there's so many things that we miss. You can get caught up in the big university. You can get caught up in the big way, and then you miss so much of the goodness From last year's roster, what percentage of it was Lincoln or Nebraska?
Ooh.
How many international kids did you have?
We had 6.
6 internationals out of a roster of.
We had 40 last year. We'll have 46 this year.
Is that a small roster?
No. No. It's perfect.
Right? Just enough for you to manage?
I'm not going to turn highly motivated, high-achieving athletes away. I mean,
Right.
I'll take 70 if they fit the vibe and mission first team always and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
We're kind of a sweet spot.
And then where do you find the bulk of your student athletes?
All over.
The people who can and will compete at your level, at your standard.
Yeah, we have, Texas, Colorado, Washington, Omaha, Arizona, South Africa. We're everywhere.
How do you? I see Jared on here, Jared Holton.
What's up, Jared?
How do you recruit to that? How do you get Jared here, or how does Jared end up here?
A lot of work. We
like the recruiting aspect. You have to
out.
identify that somebody has to identify that they belong here, or that they think they belong here, and then the confirmation process. You have to either Zoom call until you're blue in the face, or you have to get face to face.
Yep.
And ultimately both in order to make it work.
Yeah. So Jared's from South Africa, and the first thing we see, if I lose a 200 butterflyer, I got to go find one. And we were needing some distance swimmers at the time. Jared's going into his junior year, South African, and I took a swing. Love the times. Let's talk. And we just chatted for over a year. And, as he was ready to experience collegiate athletics and the academic setting. And yeah, man, we just connected and I was like, let's do this. He's like, I'm ready.
It's fantastic when it works. Let's talk about the staff that helps make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. Cause you've got some great folks that work with you.
Yeah. Danny Dillsaver, was one of my assistants. She was one of the greatest swimmers in Nebraska history. Southwest grad, Lincoln Southwest. Went to Cal Berkeley for 2 years and then swam at KU. Big brain, very analytical, very detail oriented. She created a website for us that showed percentage results throughout the seasons. Freaky. It was awesome. She does a lot of those analytical stuff that I don't get a chance to do. I'm teaching and that's a piece I missed. And then Ryan Reeker is my distance coach. We've been friends since we were 40 plus years. And he was one of the hardest working, most positive, very inspirational guy. I was a sprinter. He was distance and we weren't training together, but that kid was a phenomenal swimmer. And I was like, I got to have both of those. And so Ryan's been with me my 7 years there. We lifeguarded together and Danny's going on her 2nd year and she's just killing it.
That in finding them, is there a particular personality type that you want to work with? Because most coaches, head coaches, do not want personalities similar to their own.
Yeah, they got to be just, oozing positivity. I love this job so much. I love this team so much. I'm not going to have dictatorial type. This is how I did it when I swam type stuff. These are kids coming in with new ideas and we're going to embrace that and we're going to sell it, spin it, mold it. And then they got to just do stuff better than me. I've been learning all my life, so I'm going to learn from them too. But I get the final say, guys. So if you're listening, you all know.
I love you, but
cut the checks, baby.
Still the boss.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We work together well.
No, it's a great group, and I appreciate you. I'm thankful for the fact you trusted me with your people and allowed me to come and speak to them. That's not always good for everybody, so I appreciate the fact that you allowed me in and I got to see it up close.
Yeah, man. I was telling you on the way in, you guys work so hard. I could see it. I can feel it. It's like it is like a team, just listening all day and seeing how you guys operate. I can't wait to do more. Get some other coaches in here.
Yep. We got Braden's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, Braden's coming tomorrow.
And then we'll miss next week because we're closed for 4th of July.
Yep.
But the following week
That's
we'll be
fine.
back.
That's okay.
Yeah, we'll have to work around that. But Coach, thank you, kind sir.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that'll be it for us. We're gonna go into some programming. Of course, the Royals were on the brick and mortar, but we'll get to some other content throughout the course of it, and then tomorrow morning, Harrison Arns and Mike and Sherry and Nicole and Jeff, Pete Ferguson, full day Sunday. Actually, we may have to fill in for Bach tomorrow because
we already got on standby. We're looking at, like you said, we're a team here.
Yeah, well,
See?
his recent text. So
yeah,
there may be
some news.
There may be a baby Bach
Breaking news
on the way. There may be a baby Bach on the way today. So prayers up to Maria and Jake for that. So y'all be good on a Saturday. Be good to yourselves, and then because you can, be good to everybody else.